along before that. One of your favorite writers is Pat Conroy.
Yes.
You've talked about him a lot.
I do talk about him a lot.
And of course, he's an Army brat.
Yes.
And so he traveled all over the country, and
Yeah.
you were, what we call you, a preacher brat? Is
Yeah.
there a phrase
I've
like
never
that?
heard that. I think it's just called a PK, Preacher's Kid.
Preacher's kid, that's
yeah,
right.
Preacher's Kids.
And so you moved a lot when you were a kid.
You know, I didn't move a lot, but the one move that we made, we moved from Philadelphia to Fort Lauderdale when I was 12.
Where I grew up.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Not that we knew each other.
And we didn't, but we were only a few miles apart.
Yeah.
In that move to Fort Lauderdale.
Mm-hmm.
My parents couldn't decide where to live or where to put the church that my dad moved to Florida to start.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to a different school for 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th grade.
Oh.
I know. So
But
although
no,
we
you
weren't...
seem like a kid who gets, you look like the person now, very confident, you make friends everywhere you go in 2 seconds.
Not when I was 12.
Mm-mm.
And I was a bookworm, and I had my nose stuck in a book. And, if we think back to that time, late 70s, early 80s, no social media, no.
Oh, no.
When you moved, you left your friends.
Forever.
Forever.
You were on the other side of the moon.
Unless you wrote a letter with a stamp, or your parents gave you permission for a long-distance fee, which they didn't.
Right.
So, yeah, it was really hard. And you couldn't... Making new friends took a little time, and then you moved schools again.
And even like a school in the same town is forget it.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
They're in the new world, and you're gone.
Right.
Forever.
Right.
And so that was hard, and you burrowed into books.
So I burrowed into books. Libraries became my sanctuary. Books became my best friends. I'd read a Judy Blume, and I'd understand the isolation of the girl, at the lunch table who didn't get a seat. Or I'd read Nancy Drew and feel that I was, could solve anything. Or, I'd find a way to escape into another world and find solutions there.
It didn't help though, did it? It's like when you hide in books, you're still
sad.
hiding.
I was still hiding.
Yeah.
And it was an escape, but yeah, it didn't fix anything. But it was definitely an escape. And I always had the niggling feeling that there was a bigger world by being able to read that way.
Mm-hmm.
That, I wasn't stuck in the world I was in. There was a bigger world for me.
And the nice thing is, as a preacher's kid, it's easy to rebel.
Yeah.
So all you have to do the slightest little thing wrong, it's very magnified.
Listen, 25 kids could do something wrong. Who gets told on?
Of course.
Me. Oh yeah. I still try to shake that cloud of witnesses off my shoulder. They follow me everywhere.